Hello. I'm here today to ask you if you ever wonder about your potential, about who you truly are, and how you have so much more power than you ever thought you could. Um, I want to tell you that my intent here is to bring you always information that can help you to make your life better. And I want to talk just a little bit to put in context why the name Ignite Your Sparkle. Ignite Your Sparkle for me is something that can express becoming brighter or connecting with your inner flame, your wishes, your desires, the things that make you passionate about life, about whatever you want to bring alive into your life. And it always make me remember the movie Titanic, where Rose, when she was on the boat, she was very sad and asking herself about life. And she was feeling kind of stuck. She said that she missed to feel that spark burning inside of her, and that's something that I always loved, and I think it's very important because our inner spark can always motivate us when things are difficult. To move forward, to gain the grounding that we need to face adversity. So that's the reason behind the name, and it is connected with the question I brought you today. We live in a society where things happen on a certain way, and we have been stimulated for very long to respond to rapid stimulations, like immediate gratification. That's something about the way our brains work, and it's easy for us to respond that because it's on our DNA to respond that way, and you may not be aware of that, but we kind of have been trained to be a kind of in a sleep, and many times we don't go deeper, we don't ask the questions we need to ask to really be responsible for our lives and for what happens outside of us. So most of the time, without realizing, we are being just animals, and we are not taking advantage of our prefrontal cortex, which make us who we are. And that's science based. It has been studying, and we don't access the most part of who we are. And there's a phrase that may seem a cliche, but it's very true. We can't go further behind the perception we have about ourselves. So if you think you are a certain way, or if you think you can do something, you won't be able to do it because you are claiming it like a reality. And it's kind of a trick of the brain, something that is rooted very deep inside of each of us. If we don't really understand how we operate, how we work, how we respond to things, we will always be only like an animal, and we are so much more than that. So it's very important for you to be aware of how things really work, because when you start to be aware of it, it's like you have a map on your hand, and you can choose the way. You can make plans, and you can go on the direction that you want. It's true that it isn't the usual things that commonly happens, but it's very important for you to realize that contrary to what we think, the little things are very, very important, and when you sum them all together, it makes such a great impact in your life. But you need to know what you are doing in order for you to make things happen more accordingly to what you want and to who you are. There are some basics that you need to have, but mostly be aware of how things work so you can change them in your favor. Because many times life gives you a no, and if you can see that there's possibility behind the first no, a no is not always a no. Some doors may be closed for you when you knock, but they don't need to stay closed forever. You can open doors, you can see possibilities, you can see things on a very different way. But for that to happen, you need to have the right perception of how things work and who you are. Because when you know that, oh my God, your potential is so good, so great, so much greater than you ever thought. And you are missing such an important part when you don't do it. So my invitation here, on this channel is exactly for it, for bring you some awareness, some things that can help you on your daily life to realize that impact. For it to go further, it needs to be on a kind of course or something like that, because it needs time to explain a lot of things that isn't possible on a short video here. But I hope I can always bring you some things that if you implement, not only once, because if you implement it only once, you won't see the changes in your life. But if you do some small things every single day, or for a long enough period of time, you will see that then it becomes automatic in you. And when you change something outside of you, things also change. So I hope you can enjoy it, and I'll always do my best to bring you things that you can understand on a simple way, that can help you to improve your life and the connection to yourself. So thank you for being here.